take all kinds of considerations for both visual, lack of visual, and radar capabilities to then come to a speed that is commensurate to that level of threat.
Steering course 130, sir.
Very good. 30 without us in that speed.
Simulation needs more kayakers.
Oh, we have lots. So this is, clearly it's night. Here's the challenge about this. Coming in here at night, these would all be dimmed. We're not going to do it today. But these would all be dimmed, and you'd have to pick up your lead mark. So you see the flashing red that's just to the right of the bow here?
Yes.
It's right on the side of the ship.
Yeah.
That flashing red, which is this light right here, burn visual light, that might be a lead mark for someone on the track. Not in this case because you both ran if you let off it, but it might be a lead mark. Try to pick that up amongst the backscatter of lights, flashlight, red at a stoplight, that kind of thing. People make identification errors and they're trying to read out something that's incorrect. That's the kind of stuff we're trying to drill down to the students, is recognize that challenge, because when you go to your first shift, that's what you're going to see.
People calling for help. They're like, I'm behind the McDonald's. I'm behind the McDonald's in Richmond. River.
Steer 128.
Steer 128.
Where's the Starbucks?
Actually, there's
Close
one not
enough,
too
like-
far from
Steering course
Going into
128,
traffic.
Steer
I'll tell you the
128.
rest of the story.
So over there's Canada Place. We can see a cruise ship, Whitehall, starboard side 2 on the other side of the jetty. You see a couple of sailing vessels, and then you see another cruise ship, Blue Hall, on this side of the
Steering course
jetty.
125, sir.
Very good. What we're going to do is we're going to go port side 2, so that's the left-hand side of our ship, port side 2, behind that very large cruise ship with the Blue Hall. Now what's deceiving is, you would think, without any knowledge, you'd think, oh, it's just another extension of that ship. It's not. There's an angle like this on the jetty. The cruise ship's on this side, and the jetty goes on an angle right here, so it's actually a bit of a trick. See how we change the color of the water to reflect where we might be going to Pearl Harbor, Guam, Bahamas, wherever we may need to go. We can actually enhance the training by changing the color, the hydrodynamics model, and so forth.
Do you have how many different harbors in the program?
Absolutely. We can go a lot of places, like Yokosuka, Japan, Sasebo, Japan, Pearl Harbor, Guam. I'm fairly certain we have a couple of areas in Fifth Fleet's AOR, so Jeb and Salalah and those kind of places. Starboard 15.
Starboard 15.
We have places on the East Coast, Norfolk.
15 starboard wheel officer.
Very good. Obviously Halifax.
Can you go into Rotterdam if you wanted or something like
Pretty
that?
sure we do. I'll ask the question. We have a lot of places. Wherever Concord has software, and if we've subscribed to those locations for training, we're going to have it. East 15.
East 15. 15 starboard wheel officer.
Midships.
Midships.
Stop all engines.
Stop both engines.
Oh, yes.
Wheels and midships, both engines stop, sir.
Very good. Okay, so we're making good 24 knots. We were at 30 knots. I've got both engines stopped, which means that the variable pitch propellers are now, relatively speaking, flat. They're actually 40 degrees forward. And that's going to cause a bit of a brake to drag us, to slow us down. So I'm trying to see the speed here come down. Starboard 30.
Starboard 30.
I'm going to go alongside right there.
30 starboard wheel officer.
Very good.
Is there no sound because it's only a demo?
I know there are sounds, like if you come up to full speed, if we want to enhance the wind, we can do that.
Yeah.
Which is what you would see and hear if you're actually on the frigate.
I heard a float plane.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's, oh, I just couldn't.
Stop, starboard.
Stop, starboard, starboard, stop.
Hop, stern, starboard.
Hop, stern, starboard.
No, there's chicken.
Port starboard half spin sensor.
Very good.
30
Slow
starboard
ahead.
wheel. Slow ahead.
So I'm going to create a twisting turning moment with hard on the starboard, half on the starboard, and slow on the port. Quickly and rapidly turn my ship's head towards where I want it.
Slow ahead, port, half stern, starboard, 30 starboard wheel officer.
Very good. East 15.
East 15.
Stop starboard.
Stop starboard.
Slow ahead starboard.
Slow ahead, starboard.
15. It's okay.
Both engines, slow ahead set, wheels, midships, sir.
Starboard 30.
Starboard 30. 30 starboard wheel officer.
Very good. Stop both engines.
Stop both engines. Well, then stop, sir. 30 starboard wheel officer.
You'd be surprised how many vessels can't start their engine in Vancouver Harbor after stopping it. How many
Midships.
big vessels?
Wheels and midships, sir.
Very good. Confirm both engines are stopped.
Both engines stop, sir.
Delicious.
Wheels and midships, sir.
Slow stern starboard.
Slow stern, starboard.
Starboard 30.
Starboard 30. Port stop, slow stern, starboard
Half stern,
set.
starboard.
Half stern, starboard. Half stern, starboard set, sir.
Very good. half a stern port.
Half stern port. Half stern port. Half a stern starboard set, 30 starboard ones.
Midship.
Midships.
You're probably going to touch a little harder than I was expecting.
Good midships, sir.
You're good. 3 knots. 3 knots. 2 knots. It might make a sound. Just don't make a sound. Slow stern boat.
Slow stern boat.
Just drop both endings.
Stop all that. Well, that just stops there. Lose the midships.
Very good. Slow ahead starboard.
So I started. Port
Slow
stops.
stern. Oh, that's good. Slow.
Port stops. Slow stern starts.
Stop with it.
Stop with it. Well, that's it.
Half a stern boat.
Half stern boat.
How can you tell you're close enough?
Well, then it's half stern sets.
Very good.
So how can you tell if you're close enough if you don't make a sound?
It's not bumped up.
Stop with it.
Well, then it stops there.
Bumper boats.
And the other issues. So, good. And then lines and then pull and get there. All right. So Tony, if you could pause there and then do the helicopter view. So we'll bring you up to the helicopter and you can be able to see what the harbor looks like from that.
My free tour of Vancouver Harbor by air.
It's like $350 a ticket.
So we're berthed all the way over there. We're just going forward to second arrow. AOPV, frigate, AOR, submarine, MCV, Orca. Yeah, lots of good stuff. How is the submarine? Oh, I can bring it up after we do the last. There's Orca right there.
Burnaby Petrochemicals. That's not a flat one, I remember.
How am I looking
There's
at?
MCV over there. Perfect, Tony. Can we reset for the asterisks?
Oh my God.
We're going in.
I do not belong in things that move, even if it's fake movement.
Okay, give me a story.
So you can do the trainer.
Yeah.
I don't know, sir, what seat state can you hit in here? Can you simulate up to?
Oh, look at me.
Five. I have to ask them what the operators can actually input. I mean, 6 wouldn't seem unreasonable. They could actually hit it.
6 just means seconds, it's up or down.
25 knots, please. That's 25. 25. Steer 270.
You're 270.
Yeah, there's 12 projection devices. As a matter of fact, we just capital asset acquisition replacement kind of thing. $800,000 or so to get brand new ones. So they're all brand new. Okay. Everything you see. Midships. Midships. 269. 269.
Stern course 269.
Very good. Steer 271.
Steer 271. Stern course 271.
Very good. Making good 23 knots. Anchor's doing 12, so we got a 10 knot, 11 knot advantage. Steer 272.
Steer 272.
Now, as you approach a tanker or any ship for that matter, there's going to be 2 zones of pressure. Right behind them, there's a pressure zone. Ahead of them at the bow, there's a pressure zone, and there's 2 zones of suction. Each side has a suction zone. So as you can appreciate, when the laminar flow of the water goes down the side of the ship, just like it would on a plane with air, there's got a greater distance to travel over the top of the wing. So that's how you get the lift generated. Here, you get a pressure and suction zone because of that speed of water. So as the water's going down the side of the ship, it's got to keep up with the amount of water that's going underneath the hull. Therefore, it's going to go faster. Therefore, it's going to suck water towards it. Okay? So if you can imagine coming alongside too closely, and our suction zone and their suction zone interact, now two suction zones are sucking.
Double suck.
Double suck. You're gonna potentially have a scenario where you're like this, coming in, very dangerous. Steer 271.
Steer 271. Steer course 271.
Very good. And so right now you have the boarding party of the Asterix doing PT on the flight deck, and looking at it, or sitting in chairs with no shirts on, making fun of us. We're coming in force protection posture. Stop both engines.
Stop both engines.
And both engines stopped. Very good. What I've done right there, by stopping my engines again, bringing the pitch from 32 degrees ahead to 4 degrees ahead, which is essentially flat pitch, trying to put the brakes on, kind of thing. Speed's coming down from 25 knots, we're at 19 knots. So it'll be a sweet spot that I'm going to try to find to line up my RAS deck, where my gas is, with their RAS deck forward, so I know that I can get the gas where you can get.
Have your props cavitate coming down from 25 or
100%. Yeah. 100%. Speed by a good 15 knots, should be 12 knots, still dropping at the My RAS deck is still not lined up, but it's coming.
From BC Ferry, on Northern Expedition.
Oh, that's right.
He like breakaways
Oh,
on
that poor
here.
guy.
I don't have my phone on
He
me.
bought the lifeboat, but he was also a convicted murderer.
Slow ahead both engines.
Slow ahead both engines.
So I have 12.8 knots, and we're just gonna have to slow. I'm gonna see what it's gonna do for us. It shouldn't jump up to 20 like it did the last one. Set speed 1-2.
Set speed 1-2.
Right? So now we're in a position where the gun would fire, and it'll go across and be tied to another line, tied to another line, tied to another line, and then you start eventually getting your gas line across. And it's amazing, eh? We were doing like 12 knots, and now we're up to 15 with 1-2 run on. And by the end of the run, when we had all our gas, we would peel off. And sometimes we do it the way I did the last run, which is like full speed and come hard, right? This way I'm just going to do starboard 5. Starboard 5.
Starboard 5.
And I'll leave 5 starboard 5. Full speed ahead both engines.
Full speed ahead both engines.
Yep.
Can you get pretty accurate hockey stuff in here, sir?
Do I want to do a hockey style?
Can you get pretty accurate like it does on the ship?
Not so much, to be honest. Nice and controlled. Don't spill the dinner plates, because usually we book the RASs to be coincident with supper or lunch. That's true. Okay. Thanks, Tony. That's it. Is it?
Just get a lot of screens everywhere.
Station conversing on channel 16, blah, 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 blah. That kind of works. And so Pam has that little ringtone.
How much longer is this? How long is your day?
So, flexible training.
Every night. This is worth it. This is worth going way over.
Yes, it is. It is heavy.
High school, you went to university, finished high school, went to university, come here, and
That's your report. And he has this total voice.
We're on the submarine now, if anyone wants to look. You can see the submarine.
I'm not familiar with
Same thing.
Where are you? Oh, on the boardwalk, checking in. What kind of vessel are you, Sasquatch? Very.
Pretty wild.
Do you have a question one time? Is this heady? sound like it's a 20 minutes a day for 30 years. So funny. I'm like, I get this.
Thank you very much.
You guys sound like Catherine Robinson. Yeah, you know, but like, you know.